Hello to all you drockers out there, and today we've got the very rare 2000 AD Archives Volume 1 and Volume 2. These are the precursor to the case files, and these came out in 2002. And each one holds 10 progs, so we'll start with Volume 1. I probably won't do Volume 2, get a bit boring doing the same thing. There we are, Thag, the Mighty, 26th of Feb, 77 to the 30th of April, 77. And on the back, there he is, Thag, with numerous characters from the history of 2000 AD. So we turn the first page, you get the 2000 AD Digital Archive Volume 1. I wonder why they put digital, it's interesting. Again, progs 1 to 10. And then you get some more information there, just saying the date there, August 2002. It's a bit about Dan Day, a bit about Fleur, Charlotte Heroes, Invasion, Judge Dredd, Mac 1, saying who created them all. Okay, so there's the cover of Prog 1, or should we say Program 1. As you can see, it's all in black and white for this. Just reprinted. Some of the pages are not very good on the reprint quality, but some are very crisp. I've got Invasion. Look at that, parachuting down and found some sort of bazooka rocket launch type thing from the shoulder. Impressive work. Sadly, some people, it hasn't changed. So there you go, there's first story in Invasion. Little Savage, who's now is back again, isn't he? He's a current story, Savage. Fantastic art by Patrick Goddard in that. Got Flesh. Again, this is strange, isn't it? Very first progs, and Flesh is still there. We see that every so often. Dan Dare. Now, as you can see here, this is the centre spread, and you can see the difference straight away because the centre spread's the front and back of the progs from those days were colour, and it looks quite strange, doesn't it? When you turn over, that you can see there, the quality of the reprint isn't brilliant. And then we get an advertisement for next week's Meet Judge Dredd. Whatever happened to him. Mac 1, which from what we've heard from Uncle Pat was the big character of the comic for the early days. All the readers would write in saying he was the best. $6 million man really, as we all know. And then Harlem Heroes. So a bit like the Harlem Globetrotters, but in Aeroball. Love the art in that. I mean, that's not too bad. Reprint there. So you get to turn the page. That's a little bit off there. And then, as it used to happen in the old days, the back page would be continuation of the final story. And there's Prog 2. Now, these are not the same size as the case files, but I've got a Prog 2 here to show you that the actual reprint is exactly the same size as the prog was. So, I mean, you'll see pictures, comparison pictures on the blog, Seller of Dread. Let's go through. Again, loads of stuff. Let's get some adverts. There we are. So Thag's constantly asking people for letters and artwork, and we do get some by the end of this. Oh, there's Dread. Now you can see, anyone who didn't believe it, you can see how close the shoulder pads, eagle, were to the Carl Urban interpretation for the screen. Right. Something that young lads in Britain used to love doing, drawing cutaways of bases or mazes with death traps everywhere, so everyone would look at that and say, hang on, you've only got this many tanks, you've only got this many aircraft. But let's cut through. Oh, there. Only 14, but he's a marksman in the Air Training Corps. That's the ATC. Look at the state of that, Barry. Yeah, so even in the early days, 2000 AD, he was recruiting young men to go off and fight in far-off lands to kill strange people. And look where it's landed us. So there we are, there's that. Come on, let's get some adverts. Oh yeah, guess what's coming to dinner? So there's a nice little sort of Mickey take on Flesh, which they did themselves, obviously. Let's go through, that's Prog 5. There we are, there's a Dan Dare, the centre spread. You can see how faded this is. Fantastic art by Belanda, how do you say his name? Belladinelli. And then you get the next page and it's normal sort of colour, black and white. Anyway, let's continue. Another one. And but this one's strange because everything's faded on this page, but the biogs seem to stand out a little bit. This is very strange. We're getting close to it. I think in the early, there's a cutaway. The Harlem Heroes Superliner, telling you where everything was. Yeah, in the early days, advertisement for Doctor Who, it would take about 6 weeks, if I remember correctly, for a letter to be received and then put into the prog due to the time constraints of the print at the time. Something like that. Now it's only a couple of weeks, especially with emails, obviously. Come on, let's get the first letters. See who the first person is to get a letter published in 2000 AD. More adverts. Fly, Humbrol, Dragonfly. Right. Come on. Oh, there we are. This must be the first ever one. This fighting robot was designed by Arthur S. Peake of London. So, and then you've got a letter. Dear, Galactic Greetings Stag, I would like to have a holiday on your home planet. Terrestrial Tidings, Chris Cato, Edinburgh. And then Tharg says, and how I would like to join you, Erfurt Cato. I long for a short 5-year vacation on the rolling glass plains of Betelgeuse 6 with those 3 moons scudding across the sky. And you've also got a few more letters here. One from Jonathan Tasker of Cottingham, one from Ian Olsen of Liverpool, and then Space Cadets Jeffrey and Paul Aspinall, calling Tharg from the space station from Plymouth. So those are the first few people to get letters and pictures published in the prog. So excellent. So as you can see, that's the reproduction quality. But at the back, there's an interesting thing. Come on. There. So Stark note, and he says, until Prog 36, none of my script and art droids were credited for their work. However, I've referred back to my earliest editorial records, a series of bound ledgers known as makeup books, to ensure that the following listings is as accurate as possible. Where noted, working titles or alternate titles have been included, no matter how bizarre. So basically, this is just telling you who the writers and the artists were on each strip on those first 10 progs, and who the cover artist was. So you've got stuff like Mac 1, script Pat Mills, art Enio, Invasion, aka number 7 that was, aka Train Story, script Pat Mills, art Sarampas. So you've got some names you probably would not used to, but you've got Belladinelli, Gibbons, you've got John Cooper, Ramon Sola, Mick McMahon, Ian Kennedy. So you've got quite a few names that you do know, but then there's other one, Ron Turner, Eric Bradbury, then you've got a name, Carlos Esquera, and then you got, what's this one? Boix, B-O-I-X, there's a name. But yeah, so that's a nice little addition there with all them. There'll be a picture of that on the blog. So like I say, those are the two, as I just pay from view. So you can, I think they're about 10 or 20 quid at the time. and I think I got them both from one of the Dreadcons. So if you get a chance, it's a bit of history. Doubt they'll ever do it again. But seems though they've reproduced Dan Dare now, who knows? They could. So look forward to something else when I decide to bother my ass and post something up. Bye for now.